Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Velocities in Music. I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we're here to talk to you today about, well, first we're going to start off with who we are and what we plan on doing and why we're here, and then get into our first album.
Well, like you said, I'm Tom Hummer, and right now I'm 20 years old and I'm going to Iowa State University. I am an English major, but music's pretty much been my passion my entire life. I really like a lot of music. It's really what I care about. I think about music all the time, and I feel like I'm fairly knowledgeable about it. So decided with my friend Jake here that we'd start this up, so I'll let him tell you a little bit about himself.
I'm Jake Jackson. I am 22 years old, and I just graduated from Iowa State with the degree that it's alright. And now that I'm out of school, I need a hobby, and I love music, and have been passionate about music for many, many years, and play guitar, and want to get my hands deeper into music. So this is kind of the venue we chose to kickstart some more musical adventures.
We always have very many discussions about music and albums and artists we like, and we sit and have these discussions, and as we talk, we just get deeper and deeper into it, and we just get so worked up about it, and we thought, well, you know, there's nothing out there right now that's just guys having meaningful, intellectual, and yet openly biased conversations about music, because all the critics out there are just like, this is my opinion, but it's not opinion, it's fact. And we don't like that. We admit that all our opinions are opinions, but still there's something to be gained from that.
Most of the things we're going to say on this show are completely what we feel, and to you that might mean something completely different, and it's probably crap to you. But at least it gives you some insight in what someone else thought and took the time to really study carefully. Because we're not just going to tell you, oh, we like this, and not give you a reason why. We're going to find reasons why we like it, and maybe you can relate to that, and maybe you can disagree with us, and maybe, you know, even if you disagree with absolutely everything you say, and you know, Tom and I are both, you know, we kind of like specific brands of music. I know both of us don't get into country much.
Yeah.
And even if you're passionate about country music, that's great, because it's music, and no matter who you are or where you come from, music is a part of your life, whether you admit it or not, because I'm a firm believer that, you know, music is what makes us human, and as the Killers put it so nicely, are we human or are we dancer?
Oh man, we'll get into that another episode. But for now, like Jake said, you know, you won't agree with everything we have to say, but then again, you won't agree with any critic that just writes soulless words online.
We're never going to agree with each other either.
No,
so.
no, not at all. So it adds another level of humanity to it, which is what our goal is, because we feel like music is an important level of humanity. So, you know, why treat it just on surface level? We want to bring the same aspect back to it.
Tom has said in the past that music was written and put out there with emotion, and you know, the artists take the risk of putting that out there, and it bothers us that reviewers don't put any emotion into their reviews. They're afraid to come out and say
they can hide in a closet if they want and write things about music, whereas at least the musicians bother to get out there. Well, we're trying to treat it with the same level of respect, at least getting ourselves out there and not hiding behind words and, you know, websites. So,
and at the same time, we've been having conversations about albums that we like and music in general for years and years and years, and we have absolutely no record of what we said. So now this will finally put an end to all those arguments. If you said this once, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, you did, and this is the end. So,
we have to hold ourselves accountable now.
From this point forward, you know, we have to admit when we change our minds about albums, which happens all the time.
Yeah, and it should.
It should,
because if you don't show that change, then you're not showing growth, and you're just going to stay in the same musical rut the rest of your lives. And for that reason, if you disagree with us on something or agree with us on something, we're not looking to, you know, convince you, get you to change your minds on anything. If that's what happens, we hope it's for your own accord, or on your own accord, and not because you feel pressured by us for anything. But even if your opinion doesn't change, hopefully you've gained some perspective and you understand why you hold the view you hold a little better.
Because that's how you're going to learn to embrace more music. And I mean, if you're watching the show, you obviously care enough about music that
Yeah.
You want to get into more music, you're curious about other bands, other albums, other styles to get into, and for that matter, curious about yourself. We're going to have, and if we don't have it set up already, we will soon, a section where you can comment on each episode or review that we do. And we really encourage everybody to, write down what you think about what we said and any points that we make, and your own opinions on the albums we listen to, or suggestions, or if you guys want us to review an album, let us know.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And I was going to say, in that way you can influence us just like we're trying to influence you to look at things differently. If you can get us to think about an album differently, that's great. Then we're getting as much out of this as you hopefully are.
And part of the reason why we're doing this is we really want to interact with others, and we figured this would be a great tool to allow us to do that, because we're going to get to know what you guys think, we're going to get to know what you want, what other people want, and get some synergy from that and really kind of expand our musical knowledge.
Yeah. But no matter how much we get into our own opinions, know that when it comes down to it, we don't have any credentials beyond we're just two guys who know more about music than the average person and care about music more than the average person, but we would like for us to be average and to get people to care enough to raise that bar so that there are a lot more people like us out there that care so much and bother to look up this information.
And at the same time realizing that our opinions are subject to change, and we're allowed to think whatever we want about albums and like things for no particular reason other than we like them. And it's always good to try and find those reasons, but if you like something, you have every right in the world to like it. And